Alright guys, I just got home from work and I have been thinking about making a frittata all day. I'm going to try a little different. I'll put some spinach in this time, but I'm going to make a spinach and they're drying asparagus frittata, okay? So what you'll need, you're gonna need eggs, 6 to 8 eggs. Have eggs, some olive oil. I put a little bit of garlic in mine too, fresh chopped garlic, a little bit of butter, some spinach, a head of asparagus. I'm going to use GOUDA cheese, maybe with a little mozzarella. I'm gonna grate this and onion, okay? So first thing I want to do is chop up my onion, chop up my zucchini, and grate my cheese before I get started. But to get started, you need a pan that can also go in the oven, an oven safe pan. I'm gonna use this pan. It can stand temperatures in the oven. The frittata is only gonna need to go in there for a little while. So, and then I'm going to prepare my spinach and get everything set up so we can get cooking. Cut these first. The last time I made this last week, again, oh, I forgot to tell you one thing I'm putting in there. I am also using brown rice. So the one that I made last week was just the brown rice with the asparagus and the onions. And I'm telling you guys, it was so good. Like, I've been craving another one since then. But I want to throw some spinach in. So I am going to put the brown rice in. Because I got some brown rice. And I used just that 90-second Uncle Ben's wild brown rice packet. That's the rice that I used to put in there. The brown rice flavor is a good addition to this recipe. The flavor of that particular brown rice. Can't speak for anything else, so if you put brown rice in, it's a different one from what I'm telling you. You let me know how that tastes, because this is not, I know what that one tastes like. Alright, so that's the asparagus. Chop up some onion. It's a big onion. Put as much of this in as you want. Again, this is just like a quick, simple. This thing is only going to take maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes to make. It doesn't take long to cook it all. Enough onions. We'll cut one more little slice. I might as well almost put this whole onion in, but I'll cut one more slice. Do this before my eyes start burning. Get this thing chopped. Because I'm one of those guys. I'm one of those whose eyes burn horrible from cutting onions. Something terrible. So, just gonna get these cut up. I feel like the colder the onion is, the less it bothers my eyes. Well, as far as how fast it starts to affect me. And these are really cold because it's actually too cold outside here right now. So I think I was able to get these off. I'm starting to feel it a little bit, but I'm done now. So I like mine to be like this. So you can cut your onion, you can cut all of this stuff however you want. You want smaller chunks, you want bigger chunks. You can leave it whole, I guess. Some people like to have the whole asparagus. But for this particular recipe, I don't want to try to do anything with whole asparagus. And now I am going to grate. Actually, I'll grate my cheese after I get this started. So let's go over to the stove here. And let's get some olive oil. My olive oil, I gotta buy some more because I'm at the end of it. I think I got a giant container. I got some grapeseed oil too, just some kind of oil to cook your stuff in. So you want to get that going in your pan. All right, another thing is, to this is what I'm going to add my garlic to get the garlic going in that, okay? So I'll take a couple of spoonfuls of the garlic. I'll do one more. This is a big dish. Okay, so when I put the veggies in, while the onions and the asparagus is cooking in here, you want to take your eggs and put them in a bowl and get them going. Mix them up. And you also want to start grating your cheese if you can find cheese that's already grated. Use cheese that's already grated. They didn't have Gouda cheese that was already grated. That's the only reason why I got a wheel. Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't. And they didn't have it this time, so I had to grate my own cheese. See how quickly that heats up? And I can smell it already. It's already smelling like a garlic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and dump them into my pan and start sauteing them. All right, so you get that going. I wait till these will take longer to cook than spinach, and then I'll add the spinach, and then I'll add some brown rice into that. But add your seasonings. You guys know my go-tos. Got my Laurie's here. Pepper. And of course a little bit of my sea salt. I'm going to add a little bit of butter. You don't have to add the butter if you don't want to. But whenever I'm making something with eggs in it, I like to have a little bit of the butter flavor in my eggs. So I'm going to let that melt down. I got my pan on medium. And I'm going to go over here and grate this cheese. Get my... I have a smaller cheese grater that I used last time, but I think this will be a lot faster grating it, because I kept breaking the cheese. And I'm not saying I'm gonna break it with this one, but see, I've already got quite a bit grated, so I like this better. Grate away. Come closer. See this grate? All the cheese is inside the grate. So when I lift this grate up, see the cheese comes out. Starts to break after a little bit. But. Alright, just grate it till you have enough to fill the top of this, because this is going to go into the dish after the bottom starts to cook some. When you put the egg in there, when it starts to brown on the bottom, that's when you're going to put it in the oven. Now, set your oven to maybe 400, 450, broil, whatever you want. The whole point is just to cook the top of this thing, and I'll show you that in a second. When I got this recipe, I didn't have time and settings for the heat and stuff in the oven. It just said to put it in the oven. And so I'm going to set my oven at about 450. And I'm going to put it on the top rack. Alright, we'll see if that's enough. Last time I end up using a little bit of cheddar. I believe it's cheddar. Whatever frozen cheese I had in there. I think it was white cheddar. And I filled in the holes, the gaps with that. But this looks like it might be enough, but we'll find out. That smells so good. Smelling so good. Alright, so I'm going to add my brown rice to this. And then I'm going to add some spinach. I'll do the spinach first because the spinach is raw. I'm just going to put a handful of the spinach in. Get that all wilted. Once the spinach is nice and wilted, then I'm going to add the brown rice. Cook that around in there for a little bit. And then I'm going to add my eggs. As a matter of fact, I'm going to mix my eggs right now in a bowl. Alright, I'm mixing up my eggs. I've added the brown rice. So mix your eggs and then you're going to pour them into the pan like I'm about to do right now. All right. That cook. The point is to brown the bottom, okay? I'm going to season it with salt. A little pepper. I've got my oven preheating. I have mine again set to 450. And what you want to do is just let it sit and watch until you can lift up and it starts to brown on the bottom. But it's still obviously not done because you're not mixing this in on the top. And then I'm going to cover the top with the cheese. And then I'm going to throw this bad boy in the oven. And it smells so good, guys. So good. And you can tell when it's starting to brown. You just can lift up the end a little bit. See, it's starting to brown here. I'm going to let it go a little bit longer. And then I actually can start putting my cheese on there. That way, if it's not enough, I can get my cheese out of the freezer and fill in any gaps. But here's how much cheese I've gotten to put on top. Again, this is, I think this is smoked Gouda that I'm using. This, just cover the top with the Gouda. Alright, it's brown enough. I'm going to turn it off. Finish my cheese, and then this is going in the oven. It's almost enough. I'm going to take some of the cheese from the freezer just to fill in the little bits of gaps that I got. It's not like a very thick layer of cheese. And this is going to slice like a pie. Like you cut slices of it like a pie. So this is what I'm filling the gaps in with. It's like organic parmesan. The same thing I used last time. I couldn't remember which one. I have so many cheeses in my freezer for different things. Even these experimental recipes. But, alright, that's good. So what you want to do is you want to put this in there until the crust on top. Well, basically until you got a nice brownie on top. So I'm going to put mine in the oven. And then I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. Alright, let's take a look. It's been about 5 minutes maybe. Ooh, and that's what the top of this is looking like. It's getting nice and brown. I'm going to leave it in there to get a little bit browner. You can take it out. It's done though. Like I can take it out and eat it now. It's done. But I wanted to get just a little bit brown. So I'm going to leave it in there for about another 30 seconds to a minute. Alright. That's brown enough for me. Look at that. Brown and bubbly. Let it cool a little bit, and I'm going to cut some and have some. Alright guys, I am about to cut, and I only let it cool for a couple minutes, so I'll see. But I don't want it to be cold when I eat it. I want it to be kind of warm. I just didn't want it to be bubbling. But I'm going to cut a slice here. I'm being very gentle because it's a non-stick pan. Now I don't want to ruin it with the knife. But you gotta at least make sure you cut through it enough to be able to pick it up. Come on. Come on. Okay. Alright. So that is my first slice, and the slice that I am about to eat. See the veggies on the side there. I can see my spinach, my brown rice, my asparagus. You see that steam? This is ready to eat, guys. Okay, so you can make some chicken and go with it. You can eat it just like that. You can do it however you want. I hope you try this recipe. I hope you enjoy it. If you do try it, come back and let your girl know what you think about it. All right? My mouth is watering. I'm ready to eat this. I don't want it to be cold when I eat it, so I'm going to let you guys go, and I will see you guys in the next video.